Tuesday at 4 o'clock, which means it's time for the coldest segment in all of sports. It's not only because we pretend to be up where the air is rare, but because the segment has a cold heart. If you live with your mom and manage to throw a touchdown against the Dallas Cowboys, wow, dream come true, right? Wrong. Off the mountain. Or if just a few years ago you're hitting the gritty in the Pro Bowl, and then you throw a pillowy muffin to the Colts to lose the game. Off the mountain. There are also some success stories. Let's all see how all the quarterbacks fared as they try to ascend the greatest ranking in all of sports. Let's go to Mahomes Mountain.
Thank you, Kevin Wildes.
You're welcome.
Often imitated, never duplicated, Mahomes Mountain, as many of the segments we do on the show these days. This, I must say, I think is going to be the most universally approved upon rankings yet. First, good. Off the mountain, where Wildes was a little incorrect in his wonderful intro, is neither of those players fell off the mountain. They simply stayed off the mountain. Tommy DeVito, Mac Jones. And by the way, if you are injured for the year or if you have officially been sent to the bench a la Jimmy Garoppolo, you're not even allowed at base camp anymore. It was getting far too crowded. All right, level 7. Derek Carr unfortunately slips. He wasn't playing well and he got hurt. The mountain can be dangerous. Kenny Pickett, even in a win, slips as well. Listen, what the Steelers are doing this year is marvelous on the defensive side of the ball and manufacturing points, but Pickett has slipped. Everyone else there in the middle just holding on for dear life. All right, level 6. Welcome to the mountain for the first time ever, Kyler Murray.
Hey!
We didn't do this segment last year, and he's back. Showed a little Kyler flashes. Deshaun Watson looked like a prime candidate to fall off the mountain after the first half. Then in the second half, he was 14 of 14. And Russell Wilson, even though I think Greg Jennings believes in him more than Sean Payton does, Russell Wilson moves up the mountain a bit. Stafford in a bye stays where he is. Sam Howell in a loss stays where he is. And Caleb Williams, thanks to his inability to play defensive back for the USC Trojans, he slips a bit as well. Level 5. Tough mountain this week. Tua didn't even play, slipped a bit. Josh Allen damn near slipped further, but he stays where he is. Baker, right, in the firm and the thick of the top 15, just like Brew thought he would be. Geno and Purdy move up. Both played very well. Both rebounded after a couple straight bad games. Geno and Purdy both move up the mountain. Now to the top 10. 2 show favorites slip. Lamar and the Prince. They'll bounce back, but Lamar had the pick 6 that flipped the game and an earlier interception. The Prince never got going against the newly ferocious Niners pass rush with the addition of Chase Young. And honest to God, I should have not buried the lead here. Shout out to Josh Dobbs.
Let's go, Vikings.
Yes. Like, not even joking. He's just under the most adverse circumstances imaginable, has delivered consistently for teams that didn't seem to really believe in him, and it's really unbelievable what he's doing. And Justin Herbert, even in a loss, I thought deserved to move up. I thought he was excellent against the Detroit Lions. They just didn't have the ball last. Now, to the top 6. Hurts moves up because Lamar and the Prince moved down. I understand he didn't play, but if you remember the mountain last week, we said that Jalen was the fringe right between level 3 and level 4, so he gets his spot back. Dak stays where he is with a brilliant performance, and Jared Goff, who did end up winning the game against Herbert, he played almost a perfect game, and that 4th and 2 at the end, that, by the way, nobody's criticizing because they love the math when it works out, Jared Goff moves up, making a great play there to win the game. Now, top 2 levels, I got to tell you, remain static. C.J. Stroud, another excellent game, even though he made his first real rookie mistake. He had another game-winning drive. Joe Burrow, we were a bit conflicted. Should we drop him given the 2 fourth-quarter interceptions? We did not, because we thought he had played so well leading up to this week, and he almost, despite the 2 fourth-quarter interceptions, executed a game-winning drive. It ended up being a game-tying drive. And then atop the mountain in a bye week, while he is proving on Monday Night Football Manningcast that he can read the Broncos defense from a television set 400 miles away better than Josh Allen can 4 feet away from across the line of scrimmage. Patrick Mahomes stays atop Mahomes Mountain. Greg Jennings, you can be honest. It's exactly how you would have it. It'll be a short segment, I understand, but
I hate this.
You hate it?
I hate it.
Hate?
I hate it.
How good it is?
I mean, Nick,
What?
you're just being too harsh.
Oh! To a heart.
After a bye? Like, I just want America, I want you to recognize what just happened. Matthew Stafford on a bye. He stays where he is. He doesn't move up, move down.
Places in the mountain.
Jalen Hurts, he moves up on a bye because of circumstances that he explained. And Mahomes, he holds steady on a bye, as I quote from my left counterpart right here, Nick Wright.
Yeah.
Tua goes down. How?
Because Josh Dobbs and Justin Herbert moved up.
Yeah, no. I truly believe you gotta axe the grind against the Miami Dolphins simply because of what Tyreek said, and he didn't go off.
They got their comeuppance.
No, he didn't go off in Frankfurt, Germany, and so you go up against Patrick Mahomes and your Tua, your quarterback. Your stats pretty much align with the great Patrick Mahomes, who, yes, we're on his mountain, but I'm right there with you. He's in the MVP conversation, has been all season long. We know who Tua is. He's not falling off the mountain. He shouldn't be going in reverse on a bye. Like if you're familiar with the movie Next Friday, like Smokey, how you get fired on your day off?
That was actually Friday. Next.
Yeah, it was. It was.
But I understand their point. I get
but
you.
this is what you're doing to Tua. This is exactly what you're doing to Tua.
Listen, much like Smokey learned, life's not always fair. And Herbert and Dobbs were both excellent. Someone needed to move down. I'm not moving Dak down. Goff had to move up.
Prince
he was excellent.
Prince
did move down.
He almost fell. He should have fell off the mountain.
Okay, you know what? Should we just change the name of Mahomes Mountain to Attack the Prince?
Yep.
Because my guess is that's what Brew's about to do as well.
We should.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You said something in the morning meeting that you thought I was going to agree with everything on the mountain.
I did. I said
and
I
I'm
thought
shocked
it was a perfect
because
mountain.
it was far from perfect.
Thank you.
I got about 7 things.
All right, what
I'd
are
like
they?
to
Name
clean
them
up.
all.
But let me just focus on one.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm
That was
sorry,
actually
Nick.
That was a bluff.
The Prince has to keep sliding.
Thank you.
And he
Further?
needs to be replaced with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy has simply outplayed him this season. Head to head, look at the numbers. We saw it on Sunday. I mean, just much better
Well, yeah, he was
by a
obviously
mile.
better on
He
Sunday.
was much better on Sunday.
Yeah.
But you know what? It wasn't just Sunday. It's been a season of Sundays. Here's the season comparison. Every single number is better than Trevor Lawrence. And we can't say Lawrence doesn't have a defense that's capable. We can't say he doesn't have a running back that's very good. We can't say he doesn't have good receivers. He just is not getting it done. He's talented. He's got elite potential, but he's not there. And he needs to keep coming down as Brock Purdy needs to move on.
All right, listen,
good argument.
If I may respond, I understand that we all have roles on this show. But just because I am Mr. Consistency does not mean that side of the table must so consistently be Mr. Inconsistency. 24 hours ago on this show, you said, and I quote, "Oh, I think Trevor's better than Brock."
Yes.
Well, then what are we talking?
He's
on
not
Friday,
having a better season by him. You think Josh Dobbs is better than Tua and Josh Allen? No, you don't, but you got him ahead because of what's happening this season.
Wildes, how does
Purdy should be ahead of the Prince?
It's a rich tapestry, and Josh Dobbs doesn't have a body of work to be used for or against him because he's never gotten the opportunity. This is where I say at times it feels like the mountain can do no right. We literally moved Brock Purdy up and Trevor Lawrence down, and your big critique is I didn't do it enough. You want these giant, massive flip-flops
having a
week
better
to week.
year. That's my contention.
Wildes.
Dare I say it? Broncos country. Let's ride again.
Oh, Russ is back.
On the Broncos.
3-game winning streak. Can we look at Russ's numbers? TD interception.
you won't have yards per
6.
game on there.
Well, you know what I am? Everybody knows quarterback wins. I like to see W's up on the screen, and that's what Russell Wilson has done during the.
Well, that's why he's gotten back on the mountain.
Yeah, well, he's playing great. And you know what you were always saying? Do you want me to do the impression or no? Because sometimes it actually does irk you.
Every time you do the impression,
He doesn't run anymore. He used to run. Now he doesn't run anymore. He's an old man. He doesn't run anymore.
Well, you were right. For the first 3 games, he had 7 carries, all losses. Last 3 games, he had 18 carries combined, all wins. Last night, scampering around, running for first downs, extending plays, even running out of the pocket and making these little strange plays. And then finally, we just spent the whole A block telling Josh Allen, don't turn the ball over, don't throw the ball to the wrong team. So you get a lot. If you throw an interception, you get a lot of blame. But if you play clean football, you don't get as much credit. Russell Wilson, no interceptions. Last 3 games, perfect.
Yeah,
only
which is why
CJ Stroud has thrown fewer interceptions. Job security is ball security, or vice versa. Either way, he's playing smart football. We were talking about him being benched.
Yes.
And now he's climbing Mahomes
No,
Mountain.
right. But, and again, you want too much too fast. You're like, not to invoke children again, but like you're like little kids. It's like you can't have it all immediately. He has slowly but surely been moving up. Now, I will tell you.
Not better than Baker?
No. He's not better than Baker. He has not been better than Baker this year. His coach does not trust him as much as Baker's coach trusts him. Is he better than Kyle Trask, bro? So I just, here's the thing on Russ. I will give him credit because I thought he was done. I think that maybe now that benching seems to be off the table, he will play what I consider a more selfless brand of quarterback. Because I think that he is taking sacks that he should not be taking in order to protect his numbers. And I think that the numbers are at the moment slightly inflated. I do think that now that the Broncos are in the playoff race, we will see if Sean Payton will open things up and trust him a bit more. But it is a good step. But I've watched these games very closely. I've watched the entirety of 3 of the last 4 Broncos games from start to finish. And it seems like there are times where Russ could throw the ball away or on a 3rd and long, you know what I mean, take a chance for an arm punt, but a chance, and he's just taking bad sacks. And yesterday, it should be noted, the biggest.
Good, Wildes.
But you're seeing what I'm saying.
I see that.
So he's moving up.
Good,
Everybody's happy. Hey, I moved up the guy you wanted moved up. I moved up the guy you wanted moved up. I don't even remember who you were upset about.
Should be
Oh, Tua, listen, if you're not moving forward, you're moving backward. That's what they always say.
Even the Buglers know that.
Yeah, the Buglers were like, hey, the Prince.
They had on Niner hats.
Yeah.
Got me all up
That
with
was me.
getting lightheaded. It was Craig who lost the job on Friday.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.